Dear friends, welcome to Pilsen, an old Tier 8 game. Today I am driving the Stridsyxa. It's not an SPG, it's a medium with a great sloped turret, a fantastic gun, and only one minor flaw. For me, you actually have to aim the gun. As a player recovering from a cycling accident that left me with a right-hand disability, playing a turreted medium tank is a massive gamble. That's probably the first time I played a medium in 2 years, but as you're about to see, my team played like they had no hands at all.
Right, now let's see something decent and military. Some precision drilling. Squad! Camp it! Up!
Let's look at the deployment. Our turtle TD drives to the far northwest corner to look for mushrooms in a bush. Our Iron Arnie, a tank with an indestructible turret, hides in a water ditch at the back of the map. 2 heavies and a T-28 prototype go into the factory ruins. I think that was a good decision, except they are all close together, which is risky. A T-34-3 takes a good hold-down sniping position in the factories. It would have been also a good spot for the Iron Arnie. The object 416 is already actively spotting from the gravel heaps, but he has not spotted anyone. The SU-130 PM and the Blesk have taken sniping positions on the northeast bushes in the ledge there, and ELC even 90 has gone to spot on the east side, past the railway line, but has not yet spotted anyone. A CS-52C has gone to the east, and he decides to execute a glorious, high-speed suicide run down the east side, seeing that the ELC even 90 has not spotted anyone, therefore probably believing there is no one there. He is spotted. He is shot and catches fire, then rams an enemy scout before he evaporates. Over the other side, the Iron Arnie presses forward and presumably intends to flank from the west. However, the suicides are now happening so fast, faster than he can make his move. A Hori 2 and a Scorpion have woken up. They had been still at our base and are moving to support the heavies, who have entered the factories. In the factory ruins, our heavies and the T-28 prototype are advancing together straight into a wide open crossfire. They get flanked, outpositioned, and the 2 heavies are taken out. 2 minutes into the match, the score is 0-3. Back to the eastern flank, where I am. A Panzer 58 Mutz is charging down the zero line, and our ELC retreats to the relative safety of the stack of metal pipes over there. I try to shoot. My right hand jerks. My crosshair moves randomly. The shell hits the Panzer Mutz but bounces. I desperately switch to auto-aim to let the computer fix my broken hand-eye coordination problem, but the Panzer Mutz slips behind the stack of metal pipes. Our poor ELC even scout gets proxy spotted behind those same pipes and gets sent back to the garage. 0-4. This isn't a battle. It's a speed run to the defeat screen. Now an enemy WZ-111 TD with a terrifying gun appears on the same side on the left alongside an enemy T-34-3. I seek to take a shot at the WZ side, who just gets spotted again. To stop my hand from shaking, I slam down for an auto-lock, then I left click. But all my right hand fingers come down at once, so I click both mouse buttons left and right simultaneously, releasing the auto-lock and sending my shell into orbit. This is exactly why I stopped playing turreted tanks. I wait for reload, calm my fingers and hit the WZ right in the side just in time. RSU-130 PM gets deleted, but I managed to finish off the one-shot fancy moves for our team's first kill.
I apologise for that. I think you'll find this a bit more interesting.
Well, that's no ordinary rabbit. No! Go!
Stay where you are. You'd never leave this bookshop alive.
I apologise for that. I think you'll find this a bit more interesting.
Do you want to come back to my place? Bouncy, bouncy.
Meanwhile, our Scorpion TD rushes the factories like a hero, only to get instantly deleted. Score is now 2-6. I shoot the WZ for 313 and he trades me back for a monstrous 612 damage. With 2 walking hands, I could have pulled back in time maybe, but I am fighting my own controls here.
Squad up the blue end.
Caribou! Gore!
The object 416 is completely surrounded and goes down swinging, and I am completely abandoned. The nearest teammate is more than half a kilometer away. The enemy WZ in the meantime has been trying to flank me, so I'm heading back to avoid getting shot in the back. Slowly and carefully meet come up against the enemy WZ and we trade shots again. He hits twice as hard, but the Stridsyxa has the agility edge, and first I ram his corner and track him momentarily, slide past his flank and fire a point-blank shell right into his side and take him out. That is 3 kills for me, and at this point only 1 kill for the rest of my 14 teammates combined. Unfortunately, the enemy T-34-3 immediately rounds the corner, uses the dead WZ as a hold-down cover and deletes me. Trying to turn my tank, rotate my turret and aim at a hold-down target is just too much for a one-handed player. Now notice how the SPG connected a direct blind shot on the moving target, the T-34-3. Basically, until this moment, our SPG had no targets most of the game because the scouts were not doing their job or died too early. They were not doing enough. And this is a perfect example of a great player completely neutralized by a terrible team. Seeing that great arty shot, I typed one final piece of tactical advice: left click to shoot. Let's now switch over to the action on the minimap. So the Iron Arnie and the T-34-3 we had in the factories are taken out, outnumbered and outmatched. The Blesk has tried to outflank the enemy heavies in the factories, but by the time he has found the courage to make a move, the enemy heavies have moved on. We now have 0 map control. The other 3 survivors are the 2 tank destroyers on the far northwestern of the map and the SPG. The Blesk has been spotting nothing for the last 2 minutes. The enemy has now reached our base. We are losing 4-11. The retreating Hori 2 has been retreating too slowly, not fast enough. It is caught up in a crossfire and dies before he could make it to safety. He could have contributed something, had been supporting his teammates rather than slowly running away, if that could be called a running. In killing the SPG, the enemy team has spotted for the first time the turtle. The turtle has armor, and it is one thing to madly charge forward to shoot SPGs made of paper, and another matter altogether to actually come across a tank that has armor. All valor suddenly vanishes from our enemies' hearts, and the enemy tanks retreat out of sight, all 10 of them. Out of those 10, 3 gang up on the Blesk in the factories. It also has no armor, and so they take him out. Proof you cannot run away from karma. The rest of the enemy team now is waiting for a cup victory because fighting 10 versus 1 against a tank destroyer that has armor is too scary. Except for a brave enemy XM57 who finds the courage to spot the turtle, and then the rest of the enemy team starts shooting him. The enemy team is invisible to the turtle. He is slowly, mercilessly, and ingloriously deleted by an invisible, cowardly army sniping from out of sight. A waste of his armor. He also dies to karma, a fitting, tragic end to a match defined by an absolute lack of vision, as well as utter cowardice. Game over 5-15 in about 6 minutes, but the game was basically over once the east flank died and the base was overrun 5 minutes into the game. If you want a masterclass in how inefficient spotting, terrible map positioning, and absolute panic guarantee a 6-minute defeat, this was it. Like and subscribe, or you may miss the next tank disaster.